Welcome back to the spare bedroom. This is Elliot, your host. And I'd just like to say I got done with this is Sunday night. I did a pre-release on Saturday night. I did a pre-release on Sunday afternoon, starting around noon. And I would say my record, the first tournament, I only went 2-3, and there was like 40 some people at there. It was like pretty cramped, and I did get so I got the Naya Dinosaur. I got like two 6/6 trample guys, but of course, like apparently, like everyone else that was playing, and like yeah, I played like three mirror matches, and there was so many games where I would like play a 6/6 trample guy, and then like he would play a 6/6 trample, and then like I would play a Brazen Buccaneer, and then he would play a Brazen Buccaneer, and then I would play another 6/6, and then play another 6/6, and then you get to the point where, like, oh, I got a 4/4 that can block more creatures. They got that same card, so we would be like trading, and like the first game we like traded back and forth, and I like lost after a while because like he had the better dinosaurs. But then, so the second game, I was like, well, screw this. I'm not gonna like trade off my creatures just so like I want to trade with his better creatures because value. So there's these like I had multiple games, multiple rounds in the first day where like they got a board state, like this board state of like creatures, and I got like a board state of creatures, and then it's like, well, can't really break through. Let's see how many kill cards we got. Let's see how many combat tricks we got. Let's, like it's basically be as aggro as you can early on. When I mean better creatures, when they had better creatures. So the best thing about green red decks was mana sinks because you got so much mana, you're just like building these board states, right? And there's nothing to do with them. So the best decks were the dinosaur that was like a 6 or a 7 drop. And it was like green and 5, and it makes your other dinosaurs +1/+1, and you like pay 6 mana and you make a 3/3, but it actually is a 4/4 because it buffs it. It buffs the token, so you're making 4/4s every turn, basically, like untap, tap, untap, tap. So it was just like, you got to be kidding me. And that was, it was like, it reminded me a little bit of like the pack rat mirror matches back when you had mono black devotion. It was like, it seemed very skill intensive. It just said, okay, let's race, and not like really in a skillful way. It was, I mean, I think I would rather play a little more skillful thing than just like let's make 4/4s and make a 4/4. But that's what won games, and that's what still wins games. And I changed the guy. The guy who was playing the second round. They completely destroyed him. I got him playing a green white deck after that. After he was playing Grixis, and he played green white, and he actually had two of those dinosaurs that buffed other dinosaurs, and he had the one that deals damage based on the toughness, and he had the 1/7 white dinosaurs, and he actually did a lot better after that. He didn't place, but he had a lot more fun, and it was good. I would have loved to play that deck. I mean, my deck was the Slaughterhouse, but I would have loved to play that deck maybe first day and had a good time with it. So, but I didn't get that. But yeah, Sure Strike I think was a thing, and it was like pretty known thing after a couple rounds. It was like one of the only instances played because it's one of the only instances that's relative as a combat trick, other than the +3/+3 trample. It's cost 3. There's a black one that gives like +1/+1 to your guy and -1/-1 to their guy. I didn't see a lot of play, but enough play that it was kind of relative. Then there was the Savage Stomp was relative, but most people didn't do it. So wasn't super relative, but the better players played Pounce on instant speed, like more like a combat trick, like oh I block and then like it did this, kill this guy, and then we trade kind of thing. I only was on the backlash of that one time as the second day, but I didn't feel bad about it. It was like Gruul X splash X. So the first round I played green red X splash black for 1 kill card. I think it was um, the kill card was Vanquish the Weak. And he splashed black for that 1 card. the thing is, on the first day, I thought pirates weren't good because if you could just get to turn 5 and turn 6 and stabilize with a bunch of 6/6, the guys who made the pirate decks didn't stabilize and they got crushed. So those are the decks I did beat the first day, which is kind of ironic that I played a pirate deck the second day and absolutely slaughtered people. Like, wasn't even a contest, slaughter people. Like, I told people, like, you were playing your deck wrong. I think I only made 3 mistakes all day. Only 3 mistakes. Maybe 4 now. I just looked at the deck and I saw, well, maybe I shouldn't be playing that card. But it was kind of like the first I played the one of the treasures, and I turned into a land and copy spells, and I actually almost flipped it the second round of the first game, and I actually almost, if you would have let me play it on a little more instead of just scooping, which, I mean, that means I'm just that more dominant, but I would have flipped the card and started, and I think I had a walk the plank that was going to copy, possibly. That would have been pretty good. Whatever. But yeah, it was a lot of mirror matches with Gruul. So not that fun, not that skill intensive, I don't think so. But the second day was a lot better. Second or third round, I played a guy, and he played green red X as well, and I was just like, oh my god, like, and they had the better creatures than I did, and I was just like, oh, I had like Drover of the Mighty, which is the one that taps for any color, and it like becomes a 3/3 when you have a dinosaur in play. And then I also had the red one, which makes the cost your dinosaurs cast 1 less to cast, and you can tap it, give a dinosaur haste. So there was a little bit of an aggro-ish theme or ramp in a way, but I didn't get the one that untaps lands, and I did get a reach one, but I didn't get like, I got the Gazette, but I didn't get anything super crazy after that. I got a couple merfolks, and I didn't. Like win me the game or anything. So there was a couple games I won, but it was mainly just because I played better, and that's fine. But I would like to have some bombs, but I didn't really have anything. I had a Rootbound Craig. Oh my gosh, mana fixing for like 1 land. Then second day I go in and I'm like, all right, so because I had like a lot of like a few little explore guys in green. So like, and they worked well when they worked one way or the other. They had very good value. So I was like, oh, explore is a very good card. And so the second day, get up, like sleep till about 30 minutes till, get some lunch, run over there, sit down, chill out for a second. I'm like, all right, now we know what the set's about, because if you have green red, you have to have really good green red, or you play something else. And so I open up my pack, like I open up pre-release card is the Merfolk that gives the land green X. I'm like, oh, that's a good start, because that card destroyed me like round 3 yesterday, and it was like, that's a really good card. I hope I have really good green red now. And so I open first pack and I'm like, no, there's nothing going on. Second pack, I'm like, oh, I guess I know what I'm playing now. I got Admiral Beckett Brass. And I got excited. And then I got a hostage taker too. And then I got I got a few other things that just helped out. I had total 10 pirates between the 3 colors of Grixis, so I was really happy with that. And that's a lot of pirates. And then I also had the pirates Cutlass, and I also had, and I'm going to post the list of what I had in the second one, because I went 4-1 and only lost 3 games overall. So the round that I lost in 3, and one of the rounds that I won in 3, and other than that, the other 3 rounds I swept. So that was good, and I walked away with 9 packs as a prize and a original Modern Masters Aether Vial. price I just checked on TCG Player is $37. So I paid $26, got a $37 card and 9 packs. So I opened 6 packs. So I mean, yeah, I feel like I walked away pretty good. Not amazing, but you know, pretty good. So I also got another walk the plank, and I had some kill cards, and I also, even though I'm playing pirates, I got the 5/5 trample haste guy, and with the Chalice. There was one game I got it out on turn 4 on the draw, but turn 4 on the draw was pretty nasty. It pretty much won me the game at that point in my last round, and I'm thinking this guy's 3-1, I'm 3-1. He's got to have a kind of a good deck because it's 3-1. He won 3 rounds, and I'm thinking, oh, he probably knows how to play Magic, even though he's not sleeving his deck, whatever, you know, and. Luckily, I was playing Pirates, and we go to the second game, and I keep at 7. He mulligans. He goes to 6 cards. He lets me play first because he wants to draw. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I play a second land. He goes, doesn't play a second land, misses the second land drop. That means he kept at 6, and had like a scry effect and didn't get a land, and then drew 2 cards. And didn't get a second land, and it was like, oh, okay. So I was just like, turn 3, I'll play Chalice, drain you. Turn 4, I'll play the pirate. I played the 3-drop pirate that gives you a treasure or something like that. Or so I swing for 1 damage. He's like, all right, I take it. He has a second land out, and then I play a card called Stormfleet Arsonist, which is a 5-drop 4/4 orc pirate, and it's only 1 red, and it has a raid trigger. It says, you know, if you attack with a creature and it comes into play, they sacrifice a permanent. A permanent. So his second land, he goes, oh, I gotta sack it. Oh, he looks so pissed. You could just see like the look on his face. He was like so defeated at that point. And so then I put the Cutlass in play, and I was like 7, 7, 7, and like 3 turns later it was scoop all over because it was done. It was silly, it was nasty, and I didn't feel bad. I mean, I felt a little bad that he only got 2 lands in play that whole game, and I was on like turn 8, and I was just swinging for 7, and he couldn't do anything. But he built his deck. He knows how to play the game enough. I mean, he knew it was on the line. He won 3 rounds, so I don't feel bad at all. I don't feel bad. I wish it was a better game, but at the same time, I crushed him the first game too. It wasn't even a challenge. So as a result, I would say Pirates are very good because in Pirates you have the Explorer effect and the Raid effect. So you have the Raid effect, which is an aggro effect. But the Explorer effect feels very green. It feels like a very green, like a green-red thing. And you get value. You get value if you get a counter, so it's like a green thing. And you get value if you draw, so it's like a blue thing because you get that free land. But it's kind of like a green thing because it's a land. Then you also get the token, like the treasures, and the treasures feel like a blue-green thing, not like a red thing, not like a black thing. So I got like treasures. So that's green, and you get ramp, because I was able to play a creature, have a creature out, give me tokens, that ramps me into other things, whether it be a spell or another creature. So there's times where I was like, okay, so I only got like 4 lands out or 5 lands out, and I could like play something, and then like use the Chalice and the 2, and then have another guy come out, and it was like, it was getting dumb really quick. And I didn't have anything really expensive. I only had something about, I think 5-drop was my highest. Yeah, 5-drop was my highest, and it was dumb. And yeah, I definitely hostage thing with the hostage taker. I took the green dinosaur that like when it enrages, when it takes damage, you search for a basic land and put the battlefield tapped. So I took his dinosaur and then casted it after, like in that same turn, put it on my field. Then he attacked into it. They traded, so he 2-0'd himself, and then I got a free land out of it, and there was like so much value. I was just like, this is awesome. And I also found out on Admiral Beckett Brass. I learned the hard way. I made a mistake in the game, and I still ended up winning that game, not the round. But it has to deal the three pirates that deal damage. They have to deal damage to the player, not just deal damage or attack. So one thing to look out for. But I didn't have any trouble casting any of my cards because it was mainly black slash blue and then red, pretty evenly on the red and blue part. And the treasures made it so easy. There was almost never a time where I was like, I'm mana screwed. I mean, there was a time where I was not getting enough swamps, but that only happened one time, and that was literally because the guy was beating me down so fast, and that was just a really nut draw for him to have. And that was like I had so many swamps in the deck. I had 17 lands, and I think I had 9 swamps, something like that. Yeah, and like 9 swamps and four islands and 4 mountains. So I mean, for me to have 2 islands, 2 mountains, and 1 swamp was just kind of a weird thing to happen. But I mean, it's just the way the game goes. But if it only happens one game out of the 12 games I played, I mean, it's pretty good odds. It means I made my deck decent. But I'll post my deck, and pre-release was fun. I had a lot of fun with a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while, and because of my job. But so I'd like to just touch base and bring up a few cards that were hyped a lot for the pre-release that didn't really they saw play, but they weren't amazing. They were like, they came out and it was like, oh, it's a big dude, or it's this big thing, and people got afraid of it because it was hyped up, and then when you actually got to play with it or play against it, it wasn't as big of a deal as everyone thought. One would be Carnage Tyrant, the one that's like the $30 card, and I'm not going to say its price is going to go down because limited, it's not a bomb, but it was just a 7/6 for 6 basically because there wasn't a lot of removal. I mean, yeah, you got Walk the Plank and like there's combat tricks. There's enough combat tricks where there was enough combat tricks that I have a 6/6, they have a 7/6. I play a combat trick like the Sure Strike or the Green we talked about earlier, or that you just won the matchup and you traded a combat trick for their 7/6, and it wasn't a big deal. Then the other one would be the red green one that makes a 3/3 and gives your dinosaurs haste, Regisaur Alpha. Again, it was not one of those cards where it was just like, okay, so yeah, you got a 3/3 and a 4/4, but the green one that makes 4/4s every turn was way better in the Regisaur Alpha. Even though it's a rare, it wasn't as bomby as everyone thought it would be. It wasn't as great. I mean, it was okay at this point because pirates are splashier and dinosaurs were more mana intensive as far as being double green or double red. So that being said, it was not that big of a deal. I mean, I never, like, every deck I saw Register Alpha play never, yeah, a couple of them made top 8s, but it wasn't because of the Alpha, it was because of the 7-drop green card and all their dinosaurs. So it wasn't that big of a deal. The green Gaia's Cradle effect enchantment land flip didn't see a lot of play. Actually, Vance's Blasting Cannon saw a ton of play. It's not that much money, and it just filters through your deck, and it's able to play, basically draw 2 every turn. It was very good. It might go up in price. I'm not really sure. Um, and then the charging Monstrosaur or whatever, I said earlier in the video that it was a card that was like when I had it on the draw on turn 4, it was very good. But the problem was is that card I've also seen it just do almost nothing. I mean, if they have a 6/6 trample guy out on turn 6 and they just had it, then this card did nothing. It was only good in aggro decks. So like in the dinosaur decks that like like stabilized out and you played the late game, it was actually not that great, and it was just kind of a 5/5 at that point. Whereas the 6/6 was way better. So to be honest, like this card was more in your pirate deck, and it was a bomb in the pirate deck, but it was kind of terrible in the late game decks. So unless you had the dinosaur that buffed it and made it a 6/6, I mean, this card wasn't that great. It was very underwhelming. Just Hath or whatever. The one time that actually got the effect to go off, I flipped over 5 cards and didn't see a dinosaur. Yeah, I definitely high-fived a bunch of people when I played this card because it's an 8-drop and I only had 2 planes in deck and I had the Drover, so there's 3 ways to get the white mana, but it's a hard card to cast and it didn't do much and it was extremely underwhelming. River's Rebuke actually was an amazing card. That card I've lost to, even though the guy literally was at 3 life and it was like the top deck that he got, and if he didn't play that card, he was going to lose the game. So, and I would have swept 4 rounds if it wasn't for that card. It's great for the aggro deck, especially if you're in Grixis, but I didn't get that card. The Merfolk that taps all the creatures down, similar effect, but not the same because then you have to they just untap, so it's just like a 1-turn effect, but still not bad. The last card I'd like to talk about is Ruin Raider. It's a 2 generic mana, 1 black. I actually saw that card almost. The guy, one of the guys I was playing, he got the River's Rebuke, but he also in the process lost 6 life. He also was playing multiple 6-drops. I probably would have loved it in my pirate deck because the top of my card was 5. But he was playing multiple 6-drops and he ended up losing over, I think, 14 life that one game, and he ended up, he was down to 3 life, but I was still crashing in and doing some silly stuff and taking away creatures, and I would just say be careful with that card. I wouldn't play it in a dinosaur deck. I wouldn't play it with any 6-drops. Play it in like a really aggro shell. It's a good time, and my gaming store was so awesome. The first day they were playing Pirates of the Caribbean, and there were like the movie and the sounds, and people had little pirate hats. And I'm not one for like theming and dressing up and stuff, but I think it's so cool and so flavorful, and it's just the cherry on top. I'm this one kid who's just graduated high school for like a year ago. His mom made pirate hats out of newspaper, spray painted them black, and put a pirate symbol. And there was like a bunch of high schoolers wearing pirate hats, dressing up like pirates. I mean, none of them got first place, but I think they look cool. They were cool. They were making it cool, and it was just really cool. And then today they were playing Jurassic Park, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like, they were really thinking about us. They're really making it special. They're making probably decent money off it, but still, they made it really convenient, special, and shout out to Galactic Gregs for doing a great job.